Welcome back. In this section what we're going to do is just finish off the front a little bit, and we'll turn around and start working on the back of the car. So what I want to do first in this section is just go to the little part that we cut out, if you remember, in the last section at the very beginning, and we're just going to manipulate it just a little bit so that it'll fit right back inside to where we got it from. So we're just going to kind of move it like that. Oops. Sometimes the split polygon tool likes to do that sometimes, so you just redo it and then you can get rid of the little funky line there. So what we can do now is just move this back into position. So he's just going to kind of sit right in there. We can freeze transformation, center pivot, and we're just going to widen it up just a little so that he sits nicely in there. And we can insert, hold your X button and Control D, -1 and X. And there's our front so far. So what I want to do now is, again, we're just going to kind of change gears a little bit and do kind of what we did on the front to the back. So we're going to bring back our back image plane. And just put that on referenced. And we're going to grab our back area now. And we can kind of get a good idea where everything's going to kind of move around. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to straighten out the bottom back area. So that's going to come down. Start off with the back bumper. Just grab everybody on the very, very bottom and just double check in perspective. We don't want those three. And just scale up. And then move back down just a little. Alright. So now what we can do is we can follow the diagram a little bit, and the diagram's a little bit low. So we're going to move it up just a little bit, kind of like we did for the front, if you remember. Sometimes the image planes get a little bit off of where they need to be. So I'm just going to move that up just a little. And put it back on referenced. And I'm going to hide the front of our car so we don't have to worry about selecting it anymore. And hide selection. That way we can just really focus on the back. And we're going to grab our split polygon tool again, and we're going to draw this little arcing line right here. It's going to be basically the same techniques that we did for the front and blocking out the detail in the last section. We're going to go up to this area here, and we're going to come right down here. This is where our headlight or our tail lights will be. And this is the line going to be our trunk, so we got to move them up a little bit. That's going to come straighter up there. And I'm just going to straighten this whole set of lines. Look at that. Like I say, it takes time to set up, but it's pretty simple. And you'll get better and better with practice. And again, I'm just straightening up the back just a little bit here. And I can delete some of these, and I'm actually going to just rough out really quickly here where my lights are going to be in there. The split poly acted up just a little bit there again. We'll fix that. And we'll come across now. And you're just going to keep working until you get the shape you're after. There, see, we have the shape cut out. So now we can go into our perspective, loop around, and we can start fixing up the geometry again. So actually this line's going to come down just a little bit. So actually I can just move it right here, come down to this corner instead. And this is going to come around like so. And I'll double check in the back view here. So that's not looking too bad. And what we can do now, right off the bat, is we're going to grab these faces and we're going to go extrude face this time instead of extrude edge. So we're going to go edit polygon, so it works the same as extrude edge, just doing the faces. But before we do that, I want everybody to go to where it says Tool Options. I want to make sure everybody has Keep Faces Planar and Keep Faces Together selected. Once you have that, you can go back to Edit Polygons, go Extrude Face. This time we're going to center, and we're going to push in just a little bit. 1, hit G, and center again, and 2, and that'll be good enough for now. And we want to, oops, delete the faces on the inside there. So now again we're going to grab our split polygon tool and we're going to fix the geometry so that it flows nicely. So it's going to come down here. And that'll go to there. And again, let's just fix that. And we can delete this edge. And that edge. And this can kind of come up around here now. This can come down. And it's all just kind of like putting a big puzzle together. So it gets a little bit messy at times, but overall it gets all fixed up once you clean it up. So this little guy can kind of loop around there. This can go right up. And this is going to get cut out, this little part around in this area here for where the trunk is. You can see the trunk kind of comes down here. So we're going to add some extra edges there, kind of like we did for the hood. So it's going to come nice and close. And then this one's going to come cut across. Like that, and it's going to actually cut across over here as well, because it's going to line up with this part of the trunk in a few minutes. And we still have where our light's going to be. I'll cut out. And we can actually probably go ahead and delete that area right now. And we're going to grab our polygon tool again. And we're going to go around where the light's going to be. So when we smooth that area, will have a nice clean line as well. That's probably one of the more important things to remember with this project.